since I've been talking about recipes the last few videos, I thought I would make a video about general ideas about how you can feed a family for about, well, for less than $1 a serving. And I like to eat a lot, so that's why I put it in that price, because some are saying less than 50 cents, and fairly recent videos, but it's like teeny tiny servings. So I think you could, yeah, and some are even saying for around 34 cents per serving, but they're minuscule servings, so you could double or triple it and still be safe. One idea is, and you can use canned beans, although it will up the price, but you know, pinto beans, whatever beans are cheap in your area, and depending on the size of your family, I usually make about half a pound to a pound at a time. And if I, you know, or if my sister cooks any, she uses a lot, because there's usually 3 or 4 people eating when or more when she makes soup beans or something like that. But soup beans are cheap, and you can add like bacon bits or little pieces of bacon, or any kind of cheap meat, really. I bought ham cubes that were on sale, and put them in my freezer, and they'll be really good for soup beans and cornbread one day. Another thing you can do with soup beans is whatever vegetables you have, whatever kind of noodles, rice, or whatever, and you can add meat or not. But if you do, I'd suggest just enough to give it a taste. You don't need a lot. I've been using less meat myself, but I've also been stocking up on it when me and my sister have, when we find it on sale, because we live beside each other, and we eat meals alone, but also I eat over there maybe once a week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes not at all for a couple of weeks, but on average about once or twice a week. And neither one of us is going to let the other starve. Even if I have to take her something, and she has to bring me something. And we're not at that point, but we'll never let each other be at that point. I have a lot of food, probably too much. I've been stocking up a little bit less now that we don't have as big of a worry with the thing that caused shutdowns for a couple of years. I know it's still out there, and it's somewhat of an issue, but like, I wear a mask everywhere I go, and so does my sister, because we both have issues, autoimmune issues, and so, and also we both have 2 shots and 2 boosters, because that's what was recommended for us. But you know, you do whatever you think's best for you, but that's what me and my sister have chosen. And there's all kinds of other things you can do. My mom used to make goulash, and she made a huge thing. She called it homemade hamburger helper, but you add hamburger meat, or any kind of cheap meat, or meat that you have on hand that you don't want to go bad, or you can even not add meat, but it tastes better if you add meat, I will say that. And she always used elbow macaroni, because that's the cheapest in the area, but you can add any kind of noodles. In fact, she has before, but I can remember when a pound box was like 50 cents. Now it's more like $1, which is still cheap. But back then it was 50 cents. And of course, this has been 30 years, so that's why it's went up, you know, that much. And then you can add spaghetti sauce or any kind of sauce or ketchup, or add vegetables, any vegetables that you don't want to go bad or that you have on hand. You don't have to buy specific ones. Onions are really good in it, I will say that. Put in a couple onions there. At least where I live, they're really cheap. Garlic is more expensive, so you can use garlic, or you can use garlic powder or garlic salt. I prefer garlic powder, but you know, and your spices. And we always add more of the other stuff than the meat, but still, she added about a pound. Now, keep in mind, this was to feed me, her, my mama, my uncle, because this was before Mom got so sick, but she was still sick, and my mama, this was right before she wound up having to go back into nursing care, but nursing home for nursing care, and he helped take care of her. So there was, and my dad had just died. I was about 13, so I know what it's like to be frugal. So that's just a few ideas, and there's many takes on it. You can make all kinds of things with just a few ingredients. And you know, you can even treat yourself a little bit sometimes and still spend less than you used to be, especially if you're new to frugality, which there's no shame in that. And you just have to find what works for you. And I've always been able to live on the cheaper side of groceries, and keep in mind too, this is because you don't want to be eating on it for a week, or at least I wouldn't. So if you have 4 in a family, you could do like she did. She put in about half a pound to a pound of macaroni. She put in about a half a pound of hamburger meat. Well, she put about half of what she put in elbow macaroni. So if she put it in a pound of macaroni, she put in about half of that in meat. But that was to feed a lot of people, and for 3 or 4 days. Hot dogs aren't the healthiest, but they're fairly cheap, especially if you don't get expensive hot dog weenies or the buns, or because I get off-brand, and you can get the Great Value chili, and it even has the can, the top that you just, that has the ring that you can just pop it, that you don't have to use a can opener with. And I apologize, this is like my 3rd or 4th video today. I'm trying to get caught back up, and every time I do 3 or 4 videos, you know, I have to, like a couple of days ago I did 3 or 4 videos, but I was already behind, and then I have a busy week all week next week. But anyway, I'm like 8 videos ahead, so it'll be alright. But there's so many things you can do, so many things you can do. And if you ever want ideas, or have any ideas, just comment below or email me at I think it's truecrimelover2022@gmail.com. You can look on my website, but on my YouTube page, it's on there in the about part. But you can add cheese to it too. That's one of the things that I really requested from Mom when she made these. But there's so many things you can do, and you can make cornbread from scratch, or you can do like I do, and I only use one, and a lot of times I can, make it last a few meals, 2 or 3 meals. I get either the off-brand or the Jiffy cornbread. I like the off-brand better because the Jiffy is a little too sweet, but it's good in a bun, and it's good in milk and cornbread. But but if you've got more people, or if you're not disabled, because part of the reason why I use a lot of these hacks are because I'm disabled. So, but since this is getting to be over the 10-minute mark, it's about 11.5 minutes, I will stop. But hopefully this will give y'all some ideas and help y'all to eat for less. And because I know food prices are going up and gas prices are going up and all of that. But anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful day or rest of your day. Please subscribe, hit that bell notification bell, like, comment, share, and if you have any pointers, let me know on how I could make better. But thank you very much, and with that, I will do another video here soon. Okay, bye.